It's a bit stormy out here. The idea of going out rowing and sailing anytime in the next 2 or 3 months really isn't that enticing. So now is the time to go inside, take out your plans and start planning a wooden boat for next spring. In Teignmouth Museum, we found the plans for a lovely old wooden boat. A boat that was built only a few miles away. It's a Morgan Giles 14-foot 7-inch sailing and pulling dinghy. A clinker boat, built in a tradition of boat building that stretches back at least 1,000 years. A boat is a hell of an awkward shape, with curves and changing angles. And these plans are a way of representing that strange shape in 2 dimensions. Somehow, the quietness of a pencil and the feel of paper seems to be the right way to go about the planning of a wooden boat. Like all these things, you take one step at a time, kidding yourself that you haven't really started this project. We'll just look at the plans. We'll just make a few moulds to see what the shape is like. We just seem to be buying a lot of timber. And before you know where you are, you're immersed in a project. Not quite knowing where all this is going, and not quite knowing what you're doing. So we're off up to Dartmoor, up to Sherborton, to see Anton and his sawmill, and hopefully we can find a piece of oak for the keel. It's proving to be quite difficult to find something that's long enough and straight enough, but hopefully he'll have something in the yard. So I think this is our piece of timber, beautifully shaped, following the curve of the keel. It's virtually knot-free, and it's a piece of timber that's been sawn from the centre of the log. So when we saw it in half, it'll be virtually quarter sawn. So it's a good piece of timber. So now it's a case of going back to the workshop and waiting for the lorry to arrive in a week or two's time with our timber on board. This is the slipway where the Morgan Giles boatyard was, and the slipway here is all that remains. It's amazing to think that just to the side of me here were the sheds where the hammering and the sawing and the chiselling carried on, making wooden boats, of course, of which our wooden boat was one. At one point, the shipyard was so big that it employed anything up to 200 people. Now, all that's left is this rather quiet and lonely slipway and some flats which have been built where the original shipyard once was.
I lived with him from 1960 to 1964 and was able to sail with him on dragons and other boats that he had designed and built. He had a shipyard there from about 1920 and at one time employed over 200 people. He was a designer and he built and specialized in racing dinghies. Now here we have an International 14 and her name is Clover, and I'm very fortunate that here we have Nick Gates and Co. Boat builders, and he's restored her in an amazing and original condition. I've now got 9 Morgan Giles dinghies and sailing boats, and I'm putting together with my sister the Morgan Giles Heritage Collection. These range from Imp, which is 110 years old, to West of England Conference, National 12s, and I'm fortunate enough to have found the 6-meter called Dana. He took her to America in 1927 with the name English Rose, raced her there, and I managed to find her back in 2015 in Poland. She's still in Poland, but now I own her, and we're gradually getting her completely rebuilt so I can bring her back and race her in cows. And we've put together the Heritage Collection, but also the Morgan Giles project, because it's our intention that not only will we be able to sail these and race them, but if we've got any sailing clubs that would like to use them and have the experience of racing and sailing an original 90-year-old wooden dinghy, which is such a beautiful racing machine, that is our intention.
We really can get an idea now of what our boat is going to look like, and perhaps more importantly than anything, you know, it helps us with the dream, because when you see something as beautiful as this, and to think that maybe that kind of pile of timber and those few plans that we've got, that maybe one day they're going to end up as a boat as beautiful as this, well, it really is quite inspiring. In order to build a boat, you have to draw it out full size, and this process is called lofting because it used to be done in the loft. So we've got some 8x4 sheets of plywood, and we've painted them white with 2 coats, well this is the first coat, 2 coats of emulsion, and then on these 8x4 sheets of ply we're going to draw out the boat full size. We're going to loft it in the, well,
in the garage.
God, when George is here, I have to make him pistol gravy and everything, you know?
To do what?
Make him pistol gravy and everything.
Oh yeah, pistol gravy.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Lovely.
That's your boat.
Yeah.
So you'll be here, look, rowing away there,
As you do.
and pulling a sail up and going through the water. That is your boat.
And you'll be sitting on
They're sitting on there. So it's going to be alright, and it looks
Yeah.
alright.
this good.
Yeah, bit scruffy, but
Nice ship on it.
So thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Next time we get to make the keel and the hog and hopefully the transom, and maybe even get as far as setting the boat up onto the strong back. So look out for an episode next time, which should be along in 2 weeks. If you can, it's this YouTube thing now, if you can like and subscribe, that really helps us. It means that YouTube thinks that people like it and want to subscribe to it, and then YouTube sort of like tells other people about it. I think that's the way it works anyway. So it helps the channel get seen by lots of different other people. So if you can do that, would be great. And also, if you do get the chance to write a comment, that would be much appreciated. I'm sure you've seen 100 things already in this particular episode that we've made mistakes and done wrong, so please do let us know and help us out. Anyway, look forward to seeing you next time, and thanks very much for watching.